everyone, welcome to this update video. I hope you're doing good this morning. So I am in Jamaica, as you know, many of you guys may know, but I'm still without power. Matter of fact, the majority of St. James is without power right now, and thankfully I do have a solar charger, but the service is quite weak, so I'm not able to get the updates out as efficiently as I'd want, but I'm still doing everything that I can just to keep you guys informed, to at least post one video for today, but I do want to post another later this evening if the need is there. But just to tell you what's happening, let's go ahead and take a look at this satellite imagery. So we can see that the bulk of activity where we're seeing all these colors, it's over in the Western Atlantic, so in and around the Caribbean. Out in the main development region, there is a tropical wave headed west, but aside from that, there isn't much going on. And the dry air and dust associated with the Saharan area has a huge part to play in this. So all that dust and dry air, it kind of helps to stabilize the environment and kind of keeps things quiet. And you may recall, if you've seen my previous videos from even weeks or months ago, when I mentioned the fact that the Saharan dust plumes, they peak in July. So across many Caribbean islands right now, it is quite hazy because of that dust. Even here in Jamaica yesterday and even today as well, after BERYL passed, we noticed that it's very hazy. That's some of the dust that is in the area. And that's going to remain the story for some time. So after BERYL, the tropics should quiet down for a bit. But we know that as we head into late July, August, and of course September, the peak month, things are really going to kick up. And BERYL is probably a sneak peek of what could be ahead. But hey, let's take it one day, 1 week at a time. Let's go ahead and now zoom closer to the Caribbean, where we're seeing all of these different blobs. So this one here is associated with a tropical wave. We can see a lot of action in the central Caribbean right now, south of Haiti and the Dominican Republic. And as this drifts toward the west, it will help to enhance the rain for Jamaica as well. So today, some areas may experience some additional showers and thunderstorms, and that is kind of a setback. It is going to be helpful, but also may help to push back recovery efforts, especially as it relates to restoring power. And I mean, the JPS is working assiduously to have power restored to most customers as soon as possible. However, one of the two main internet service providers in Jamaica, Flow, has stated that it may take as much as 2 weeks for some customers to get back their internet connection just because of the damage done by BERYL. So that is just what we have to deal with right now. We just have to see how best we can work through it to get things done. But aside from that tropical wave, we see that next blob offshore the Northeast Islands, likely bringing some impacts to parts of the Virgin Islands as well as the Northern Leeward Islands, such as St. Martin, St. Bartholomew, and Buel as well. You can let me know what's going on for you. But for the bulk of the rest of the Lesser Antilles and the ABC Islands, much is not going on right now. A bit of action in Northern South America and Central America. But then as we head up to the Yucatan, BERYL is the talk of the town. So it is still there. It is still a hurricane, still a Category 1, but it has been weakening quite quickly because it has moved over land. So as I mentioned in yesterday's update video, once it moves over land, it's going to weaken because it's cut off from its source of fuel and energy. So as of the 10 a.m. update Central Time, maximum sustained winds off BERYL are 85 miles per hour, and it is making its way to the west-northwest at 16 miles per hour. So we still have a hurricane warning in effect for parts of the northeast Yucatan and a tropical storm warning for the bulk of the rest of the peninsula. And then as BERYL moves back into water, going into the Gulf, it is expected to re-strengthen. We see that H representing hurricane status. So it could become a hurricane by Sunday as it moves towards the Gulf Coast. And eventually we'll see some watches being issued for maybe parts of northeastern Mexico as well as for southern Texas. And again, once BERYL moves in, it's going to rapidly weaken. So it is unleashing very dangerous conditions, a lot of heavy rain, those hurricane force winds, and even that storm surge for parts of the Yucatan. And it's going to be the same story, but for a different location for parts of northeast Mexico and southern Texas as well. So that is what is going on with BERYL, guys. I mentioned that tropical wave. So it was the same one known as Invest 96L. However, it is no longer expected to develop. The environment ahead is not favorable to allow for development. And as I mentioned, in case you saw the post, there isn't a tropical depression headed to Jamaica. It was a tropical disturbance dubbed Invest 96L, however, no longer expected to develop. So it was called an Invest because it was an area being watched for development for quite some time, matter of fact, over a week. But it failed to develop. So it's just this cluster of showers and thunderstorms. Not saying that it is insignificant, because it could very well result in some very heavy rain, in many areas that are already saturated from BERYL could flood easily should there be a substantial downpour. And as I said earlier, this could also push back recovery efforts for the places that have really felt the impact from BERYL. And of course, the power outage is one of the huge deals, and it's so hot as well. So the AC units for many of us, those aren't going to be working because we have no power. So it's going to be very miserable in the night. But if we do get some decent downpours, especially in the evening, that may help to cool things off so that we can at least get some hours of a good night's rest. And hopefully that's going to be the case for many of us later today. Speaking of, let's go on to the rainfall forecast. Here we can see this map, quite colorful, indicating rainfall amounts up to 2 inches or so with those burgundies near Jamaica, but the bulk of that is likely to remain offshore. However, for much of the island, especially southern parishes, there could be some showers between today and tomorrow morning. Similar thing for Hispaniola, a few spots in eastern Cuba. As we took a look at the map, we saw the area of lots of showers, thunderstorms. So there could be some additional downpours in parts of Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and the Lesser Antilles as well. ABC Islands may be a bit active with some passing showers. Same thing for Northern South America. There could be some heavy downpours and thunderstorms as well. And then Central America, Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, parts of Honduras, the Bay Islands, as well as El Salvador, southern Guatemala. There could be some substantial rain across some spots. Belize may not experience a whole lot of rain, but some areas could definitely receive a good downpour. And then for the Yucatan, we can see BERYL is passing through. So between now and tomorrow morning, there could be quite a bit of rain, probably rainfall amounts up to 4 or 5 inches or so. So that's definitely some flood triggering rainfall, and then that will spread into the Gulf Coast. So that is what is going on, guys, in terms of the rainfall activity anticipated. And I'm here to keep you posted as always. So that is it for this update video, and I do hope that you found it to be quite informative. Again, I'll see what I can do, how best I can get these updates out there, because, dealing with the lack of electricity, it is quite annoying, to say the least. Not just the heat, but just not being able to access all these different resources to do my updates as efficiently as I usually do. So it is very much annoying, but it's gonna come back soon. And as I said, I'll continue to do what I can to salvage the situation, to see how best I can continue to keep you guys informed. And so do enjoy the rest of your day, and remember to always be weatherwise.